Hello and welcome to our home here in Brittany in northwest France. My name is Jane, my husband Michael is behind the camera, and if you're here for the very first time, you are so very welcome. We are early retirees, debt and mortgage free, and we live a thrifty life here in France and we share it with you. And if you're interested in money saving, living a thrifty life or living a thrifty life in France, then make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and if you enjoyed this video today, make sure that you give it a like because it's really helping our channel grow. So let's take a look at what we're going to have a talk about today. So just as the title says, welcome to a no spend January, and you might be wondering what that actually means. So if you're going to take part in a no spend challenge, which we do every January, we don't buy anything that we don't need. We pay our bills, we buy food, but less, and we don't have any discretionary spending as a line on our budget in that month. And it gives us a little bit more to top up our savings or to put towards little savings challenges or sinking funds for the rest of the year. And also part of that no spend challenge, as I said, we have a low spend food month. And the second challenge that we do in January is a pantry challenge. And that is what you are going to see today. You're going to see my stock check, what I've got in stock and what I'm going to do with it. And each week over January, I will drop in a little bit of that to see the progress of how we go on with that. So let's take a look at this week and our pantry challenge. Every week we do a stock check. Let's go through what I did. I checked the freezer first. You can see I have a pack of smoked sausages. I have 3 packs of chipolata sausages, 3 packs of small sausages. Now when I say packs, it means I've got a big pack from the shop. I've then divided that into bags for the amount that we need each. I have 2 kilos of diced beef, a pack of minced beef, which is about 400 grams. I can then see that I've checked the vegetables I've got some frozen salmon, 3 packs of lardon and so on. So you can see what I do here. I check everything that we have. I then do a check of everything that makes a meal. I do not check every single last bag of sugar, bag of flour, those type of things, how much oil I've got. I literally do that by sight and check before I'll go shopping. So I know I have got plenty of tinned fish and some corned beef. I know I've got plenty of tinned beans and plenty of tins of tomatoes and tomato sauce. So I know the basis of my meals. And when I start meal planning, I've checked the fridge, I've checked the freezer, I've checked everything. I'm looking what needs using up. What needs using up? So for example, we bought cream cheese for Christmas. We've not eaten it. It needs using up this week. So I'm going to make a carbonara using some of the lardons. We will have, and obviously pasta with it, but we'll have green beans with it too. I'm going to make some chili con carne. We may eat it this week. If not, it will just go in the freezer. I might divide it into 2 portions. There's a lot of beans and vegetables in my chili. It's about 1/4 meat, so I stretch it a long way. But it means I'm going to put a meal into the freezer. I've got some ham, I need to use it up. I've got coleslaw, I need to use it up. I have potatoes, I need to use them up. I'll make some oven chips, ham and coleslaw. I have salad and potatoes. You don't use those potatoes quickly, they start to sprout. So I can use the salmon, we'll have some salad and baked potatoes with those. Then in the fridge, I've got some broccoli, some mushrooms. I've always got stir-fry sauces, always, always, always. I've always got rice, so I can make a broccoli, mushroom and chicken stir fry using some of the stir fry sauce that I always make in a big batch. Then I've got mushrooms to use up, I've got cheese to use up. I can use cheese, a mushroom omelette, and we can have that with salad. So you can see my thinking that's happening here. I do my stock check and I'm thinking what needs using up first, and I make my plan from that. Here is tonight's supper. We're still eating up the Christmas goodies, and tonight the goodies that we've got, because it's Twixmas, it's between Christmas and New Year, we have a piece of salmon each. So I lightly grilled it with some salad, baked potato, and we'll have a squirt of lemon. It's quite expensive. You're looking at €2 of salmon there, fresh salmon. So a lovely treat for this time of year. Here is tonight's supper as part of our pantry challenge. I had mushrooms and broccoli in the fridge. They needed using up. I bought those before Christmas, so that's what I do when I'm doing the pantry challenge. I look to see what I've got and also what needs to be used up first, and I needed to use up the broccoli. I had the stir fry sauce in the pantry, I had the rice in the pantry, I had the chicken in the freezer. So there we go, there's tonight's supper. Stir fried chicken with broccoli and mushrooms in a stir fry sauce with rice. Here is tonight's dinner as part of our pantry challenge. So there's been no supermarket shop this week. We are just using up what we needed to use up. We had some salad, some pickled beetroot, some potatoes, and a cheese omelette and a spoonful of coleslaw each. That was all that was left. So that's tonight's dinner. I cook the potatoes in our wood-fired oven, and I cook a few of them at a time, and then you can see here, I have just lightly sautéed them. So there we are, that's tonight's dinner. Still part of the pantry challenge, not been shopping, using up what we've got, cheese and mushroom omelette and a bit of salad. Here is another meal in our pantry challenge. You're watching this at the beginning of January. Obviously, we're eating up everything we bought before the 25th of December. So we haven't bought anything for the end of this month. We're just using up what we've got. And today we've got some cooked ham. This is dauphinoise potatoes, and it's got some blue cheese on top that's gone crispy. I baked it in the oven. It was from a tin that I had lurking in the cupboard, and I also had in the fridge, I've got some coleslaw to use up. So there's today's supper. Ham, dauphinoise potatoes with the addition of some blue cheese and coleslaw. Here's another day of the Pantry challenge in an attempt to use up all our fresh vegetables, so absolutely none go to waste. I had the sausages in the freezer, the potatoes were in the cupboard, the Brussels sprouts and carrots were in the fridge. In the mashed potato are some leeks, and I've cooked the mashed potatoes and leeks together. So you can see I've got our dinner here, but here is the mashed potatoes and leeks. And these are great to freeze. And that's going to go in the freezer. And then what I'll do with that is some stage next week, I'll make a couple of lentil cottage pies because I've got lots of lentils in my cupboard. So I'll make a couple of cottage pies next week from lentils, and I will already have the mashed potatoes and leeks to go on it. And yeah, you can freeze mashed potatoes. So there we are, another day in the Pantry challenge. Here's some more of our Pantry challenge. I've cooked a big batch of chilli today, and as you can see I've got the pots ready. When this is cooled down slightly, this is going to go into the freezer. What I'm trying to do is sort of get ahead of myself and make a few meals that can go in the freezer. I've got a busy month ahead of me and it just makes my life easier. And I'll be honest with you, I'm no different from anybody else. There are days where I just don't want to cook. And if I've got something in the freezer, it really does make my life a whole lot easier. So there we are. That's a big, well, it's massive. That probably makes 6 portions in there. And I'll freeze that and we'll have it with rice when we have our dinner. But there's another part of our Pantry challenge, and the kidney beans were in my pantry, and you can just about see I had half a bag of frozen peppers left, and if you don't use them up before too long, they will get freezer banned. So nothing's been wasted. There we go. More of the Pantry challenge. And here is our last meal of the week. Another use it up part of the Pantry challenge. I had the lardons in the freezer, I had the gluten-free pasta anyway, and instead of making a cheese sauce, all you can see there is some cream cheese with herb and garlic. And I stirred that through the pasta with the cooked bacon and some of the pasta water, and stirred through the cream cheese. So still again from the Pantry challenge, using it all up. Well, we really hope that you enjoyed that or found it useful or found it interesting. So go on, make sure that you hit that like button. It really does help us get our videos out there, so we appreciate everybody who hits that like button. We also love to hear from you. So what about you? Are you doing a no spend challenge? Are you going to have maybe a no spend week a month? Do you have a no spend day a week? Are you taking part in any sort of savings challenges? We'll put the link below to our last video of our savings challenges. Now, if you're not a subscriber, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button, because we know that so many of you watching are not subscribers. And when you do, make sure you hit the little notification bell as well. It just leaves me to say, on behalf of Mike and I, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye for now.